Well, well, well. Guess who it is? Diesel's back. Join me, subscribe, but get the word out. Diesel's back, and he ain't going nowhere. Oh, God. Can you hear me? This is so annoying. I have to keep doing this every stream, but I know what I'm like. Can you hear me? And then we'll crack on with this funny stream. Let me just wait for someone. Just one. Anyone. Come on. Pepsi Pack. Thank you very much. Right. So do you know what, right? Let me... how do I put this? Talk about this is a stream about the game yesterday, and I've just Googled the word abused, but it's not enough, is it really? And I just thought, well, let me Google words that mean the same, right, as abused, because just that one word alone, abused, it just doesn't do that game justice, right? So I thought, let me Google it, and I come up with several, right? Hear this, right? Hear these ones, and tell me if you agree, right? Bullied. Yes, we did. Tortured. Yes, we did. Misused. Yes, we did. Mistreat. We mistreated them yesterday, didn't we? Yes, we did. Oppress. Yeah, we did that too. Violate. Did we violate them? All day long. Hurt. Yeah, we hurt them. Injured. Well, no, it's all right. All right, look, I'll give them that one. Right, we didn't injure them. They injured us, or tried to. Those are just some of the words that explains what happened yesterday. And now listen, anyone who saw my Instagram story last night, 2 words sum up that game yesterday: light work. It was light work. Simple as that. Light work. Before we really take the piss out of them, let me big up the guys in the chat. Welcome to Diesel Arsenal. Thank you very much. Another edition of Diesel Arsenal. Here we go. I'm streaming a hell of a lot more, guys, if you noticed. I hope you guys appreciate it, yeah? Because obviously, you know what I mean? It's you're seeing a lot more of me, right? It's what you guys wanted, right? So I'm delivering. I'm trying to be the postman here. I did 3 last week, 2 on my channel, and I did 1 with Northside. I think that was Thursday. So yeah, and that was really good. That's got a lot of views. Northside, don't worry, bruv. It's my gift to you. But look, anyone who's not seen that one on Northside's channel and the 2 that I did last week, please go and give them a watch. And again, the likes, honestly, guys, I can't stress enough how important likes are to us YouTube people, whatever you want to call us. They really, really matter. Trust me, right? So please, anyone who's in the chat right now, anyone who's watching me right now, just do me one favor, one tiny itsy bitsy favor. Just smash the like. That's all I ask. Yeah, Will Smith, those likes, right? I ain't said that in ages, have I? Right, I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to give the guys in the chat room a massive shout out, the true superstars. Yeah, and I'm going to do that right now. Craig AFC 87, big up. God, why can't I talk tonight? Big up yourself. That's it. Sorry, tongue twister. Craig, hope you're well, mate. Craigos. Diesel, the level of control and quality is phenomenal from this Arsenal side. The only thing missing from this is depth. Facts. Exactly. We've got Pepsi Pack in the chat as well. Big up yourself, Pepsi. Hope you're well. We've got the lovely Gracie May. Hope you're well, my love, my sweetheart, my darling. Hope you're good. Tony Ibra, my guy. Diesel, my guy. Come on, 2-0, 8 points clear, but top 4 is the aim under Unai and Edu. Well, we know that's true. Said that a million times. We've got Kabir Adden in the chat as well. We've got Zoe Thomas, the lovely Zoe Thomas. Evening, people. Diesel, easy work for you like yesterday. Spurs are a disgrace. Facts again. Zoe always speaks facts anyway, so I'm not surprised. Hope you're well, my love. We've got Tony Neri in the chat. Big yourself up. What is wrong with me tonight? Big yourself up, Tony. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry, I'm still buzzing from yesterday. I think that's what it is. Shammy D, hope you're well, mate. Big yourself up. Steve RFC, hope you're well. Joanne Smith, God, look at that. I think I'm the only one who has 3 females in their chat right now. Yeah? Oh, it's phenomenal. I want more, though. So bring your friends, bring all your girl mates, yeah? Tell them about Diesel. Tell them to come down and watch us. Hope you're well, though, my love. We've got Warren as well. Wazza, Warren's team talk. Please go and give him a follow. Subscribe to this guy. He's a good friend of mine, and he will be on the channel very soon, people, I can assure you. Warren, I hope you're good, mate. We've also got Dominic Buckner in the chat as well. Big yourself up, Dominic. We've got Stephen Baverstock in the chat. Big yourself up, Stephen. Stelios. Who else we got? Ryan Stockley, my neighbour. Come on, big up the Steak King. Come on, exactly. Hey, I get this build from the steak, right? We all know this. Goondelicious Bree TV, my guy. Come on. He knows I'm a salt. Diesel, you absolute sexy, smooth like chocolate beast. How the sexy heck are you? Now spin that silky voice with facts, my G. Come on. Yes, listen, like I said, I'm the postman. I deliver this every single time. I speak facts, the voice of facts. Right, that's what I am. Yeah, so I have to live up to the name, people. I've got to do this every single stream. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Goondelicious. I just love that name. I know I say this every time I say your name out, but it's a sick name. What can I say? Oh, hello. Have we got a newbie in the house? Someone new? Oh, do you know what it reminds me of? Right, it's like Big Brother. Yeah. When you're in there for ages with the same old people, and then a newbie walks in, and it's like you've won the lottery. You're buzzing. So I'm sorry, man. Sorry if I've ruined that. Iriad Bonts, DJ Gatti. Come on, my guy. Hi, Diesel. What up? Good evening. Great content, mate. Great work. I love you, man. Greetings to Warren. London is red. I am watching you from Poland, Warsaw. Okay. Never been. Always wanted to go. I want to go to those sort of countries. I've heard the girls over there are absolutely amazing. Yeah, you might want to sort of plug your ears. Joe, Zoe, and Gracie. I do apologise, but you know me, I'm a lad, right? So yeah, listen, me and you, right? We need to hook up and go for a night out in Poland, yeah? So listen, we need to get that set up. But DJ Gatti, look, I'll call you DJ Gatti because it's easier for me. Thank you very much, right? Big compliment there. And it's honestly, mate, what can I say? It's compliments like that keep us people going on this platform. So yeah, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We've got Khan as well, another nice guy. Khan AFC 84 in the chat. Big yourself up, mate. Hope you're well. Goondelicious, like he said himself, DJ Gatti, welcome, bro. Listen, DJ Gatti, right, you've picked a very good channel, not just because of me, right, because I've got some absolute lovely people in the chat room as well. Trust me, you will be welcome. You will never get hate in here. I've got the best mods in the business, right? So yeah, and it's light work for them because we don't really get any wrong-uns in the chat anyway. So yeah, listen, you're welcome, brother. Honestly, thank you for coming. I hope you stay. We've got Will M. Hooper in the chat as well. Big yourself up, mate. Evening Diesel. Me old mucker. Easiest NLD I've seen in my lifetime. We run these streets. Oh, mate. Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to touch on that in a minute. Jimmy D. Hope you're well, Jimmy D. Ryan, Swedish. Yes, listen, you know me. I've always had a thing for Eureka Johnson, man. That's the whole reason I want to go Sweden. Listen, if Svenga and Eriksson, right, can get girls like that, imagine what I could do. Oh, my God, clean up. That's why I'm going to go. Oregon Gooner, Diesel, my G. Oregon Gooner, you are the man. Lovely bloke. I saw your stream with Jez the other day, mate. Listen, you need to come on more often. You need to, honestly, you speak sense, you speak facts. We need more people like you or like us. Yeah. So, yeah, but listen, mate, I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Right. I think that's it. Right. Okay. I think we're all in. Yeah. We're all in. We'll back it up. Lovely. Right, listen, let's talk about the game yesterday, right? Because all joking aside, I know I mentioned all those words abused a lot. I've got them here: bullied, tortured, misused, mistreat, oppressed, violate, hurt. But if we're being honest, that is exactly what happened, right? I was always going to do a stream about yesterday's game anyway, with it being it's a massive game with regards to it's the NLD, right? North London Derby. Big up to my mum and dad who are watching right now as well. Big yourself up. And I said the same thing, right, to my dad yesterday. I said, neighbours, they may be. Rivals, never. And that's a fact. That is a fact. I know I do. I know I've got a few Spurs fans who watch me. I've got quite a few friends, work colleagues even, who are Spurs fans. And trust me, guys, when I tell you, none of them answered their phone to me yesterday. I rang them all last night. Nothing. Left voicemails, didn't get back to me. Rang them today. They eventually answered because I'm an annoying person, right? I will ring and ring and ring and ring and ring, okay? And eventually, just to get rid of me, they will answer the phone, yeah? Now, the thing is with a lot of these Spurs fans, especially the ones I know, yeah, they were all very confident about yesterday's game. You know, I was getting messages, I was getting text messages, WhatsApps, you name it. See what you did to us at your gaff. Watch when you come to ours. Watch what we do to you. Kane's going to get his record against you. Watch. You just watch. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, that's fine. Go on, do your talking now. We'll see, right? Now, look, guys, I had this game down as a 2-2 draw. I said 2-2, and I'm a little bit angry at myself, actually, because I cannot believe that predicting a 2-2 draw was in some way giving this Spurs side a little bit of credit. Because from what I saw yesterday, my God, never mind win, they can't even score. Can't even score against us. Yeah? That was one of the best games I've seen all season. Right? And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'll never forget when Dennis Bergkamp was the one who came out and said this. Yeah, if you look it up, you'll find it. Yeah, and he wasn't being disrespectful towards Spurs. He was just basically saying, making a statement, making a fact, and saying, look, we don't look at Spurs as our rivals because they're not. With all due respect, yeah, they might be down the road, but they're not our rivals. Yeah, Man United, yes. Spurs, nah. So when they was asking Dennis about this, Dennis was like basically saying, well, look, this is just another game to us. It's just another game, right? And he's right. He's right. And I've said this so many times on this channel. Yeah. They're not our rivals. They're not. They can't compare to us, you know. And listen, the most staunch Spurs fans, if they're being totally honest, hand on heart, right? Hand on heart, they know that too, right? They know they're nowhere near as big a club the size of Arsenal. Yeah. We're a much bigger club than what they are. Yeah, the only comparison we have with them is that we both share North London. That is it. That's where it ends. If you want to talk trophies, they can't touch us. You want to talk size, can't touch us. You want to talk global reach, can't touch us. Yeah? Can't touch us. They can't. You know, and the thing is, I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans, you know, proper going for it about yesterday. And look, I'm not knocking them. Of course not. But I suppose with me, it's a little bit different. Yes, I'm doing this stream. I mean, the main reason why I'm sort of like going OTT about this is because I know a lot of people who support Spurs, and a lot of them are watching me right now. Yeah, because I told them all I was doing this stream. And yeah, they had too much of that, too much rabbit, too much trap, right? Yeah, do you talking after the game? This is what I've never understood. Do you talking after the game? That game yesterday, I know Ramsdale got man of the match, and rightly so. Look, but for me personally, my man of the match was Odegaard. And now, look, I'm going to talk about Arsenal, yeah? And like I say, I've always said this, right? I don't hide. In fact, hang on, let me... Hey, see that? I've just done a banner. Quilly, please like and subscribe, you lovely people. See? How do I get rid of that top one? I don't know. It's good, isn't it? Anyway. That's it. Lovely. See? Right, all good. What was I saying? Yeah, so look. There's a few, and look, I've always said, right, you know, we don't hide. You know, myself, Jez, Northside, whoever, right? We speak facts, and we call it how we see it. There will be times we're going to be wrong, right? But nonetheless, we always come on here and stream, right? Regardless, win, lose or draw. You know, if there's a chance we're going to look stupid because we've got something totally wrong, we're still going to come on and stream, right? Let me tell you this now. I've never been a fan of Odegaard. Never, if I'm honest with you. And when Arsenal decided to buy him, I thought that 30 million? I thought that could have been used elsewhere. This player is, at the moment, really shutting me up. And same with Ramsdale. Yeah, I was one of the loudest when it come to that. We're buying this goalkeeper. He's relegated to 2 teams and we're buying him. What? WTF? And Ramsdale was shut me up big time. And you know what? I can easily come on a stream and say all this, right? And hold my hands up and say, guys, you know what? Got that wrong. Yeah, I'll take whatever comes because at the moment, Arsenal are winning. You know, I'm happy to look like an idiot. I'm happy to look stupid. You know, Ramsdale shut me up, proved me wrong. In fact, I'd go as far as this. And I said this to a Spurs fan earlier on. Right, I'm not even being biased because I'm an Arsenal fan, but how that guy is not the England keeper, I will never know. You're telling me Pickford is better than Ramsdale? No chance. Not having that at all. Not having that at all. Ramsdale should be England's #1 keeper, and that's a fact. Yeah, I would even put Nick Pope ahead of Pickford. I would. Ramsdale, for me, form alone. Yeah, and we hear these England managers all the time. They always say, pick players based on form, this, that, the other. Right, well, if that's the case, why are you playing Pickford? Why? Yeah, put Ramsdale in there. Give him a go. Right? Back to Odegaard. Odegaard is shutting me up. And do you know what? When I went to that friendly in the summer against Seville at the Emirates, yeah, and I get what people say. It's one thing watching the game on TV. It's another thing watching it live. I spent a lot of that game watching Odegaard, yeah, because I've never understood what people see in this guy. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to be straight up, right? I've never understood it. I'm live, and I thought, you know what? Let me watch him. Let me focus on him more so than any other player. To be honest, from that game, I kind of learned quite a bit about Odegaard. I learned quite a lot, yeah, because I'm used to like the Ozil. You know, who thinks he's too good to work, thinks he's too good to track back, thinks he's too good to defend. Yeah. I watch Odegaard and the work he does off the ball, I was like, okay, cool. I kind of get it. Yeah, he works hard. He's a busy bee. He gets around, right? But then my argument was, yeah, but the thing is, it's all sideways passes. It's like window wipers, isn't it? It's side to side to side to side, right? But then I've watched him a lot this season, and I've got to say, with every game, he's getting better and better. I thought yesterday he was absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And do you know what? I've got a thing about players who just get their head down and work. You know, I love players like that. No big and flash, no, egos or whatever, right? Odegaard doesn't strike me as that. He doesn't come across in interviews like that. He doesn't come across in press conferences like that. He just comes down to, he's just a lad, quiet lad, wants to get his head down, graft and work. And do you know what? I'm all for that. All for that. He has shut me up. And let me say something else. And do you know what, guys? After what I witnessed yesterday, and I'm going to touch on what happened at the end of the game as well. Yeah, I've got a lot of praise I have to give this team. Yeah. Because I've always been an advocate, and you guys who watch me week in, week out will know this because I say it all the time. You have to give credit where credit's due, right? Yeah, I am going to praise Arsenal. I will praise Arteta big time. Yeah, because I want to touch on something he did in that game, right? Which I really liked. But you know what? Yeah, Odegaard for me ran the show, quality goal. And you know what? He's leading by example. I'm old school, guys, as you know. I'm a lover of captains who are vocal. I like captains who have got a mouth on them, bit of trap, you know. And Odegaard isn't that type. But what I do see is he's growing into that role as a captain. You know, I think when he was given the role, I looked at him and thought, him, captain, you're having a laugh in you. But then people tell me, yeah, but some captains shout and are really vocal. Other captains, not as loud, not as vocal, but what they do is they lead by example, right? And I'm watching Odegaard and I'm seeing that. Yeah, he does talk a lot throughout the games. Doesn't shout, point, finger point or whatever. Yeah, but he does communicate a lot with those players during the game. That I'm seeing, right? The performances, yeah, he's leading by example. He's really shutting me up. And do you know what, guys? I'm loving it. Loving it, right? The touch, the quality of touch, the first touch, the way he just glides on that pitch in that spot, the way he can roam. I'm telling you now, he's just getting better and better and better. And when you look at it, if he carries on the way he's going, you have to say that 30 million we paid for him is an absolute snip. Let's be honest. If we sold him tomorrow, we probably get triple that. Triple. And I'm being genuinely serious there. We probably get triple, right? From back to front, it was brilliant. The defense. And listen, we've been crying out as well. All those, and do you know what? I've got the streams to prove it because I've been saying it for a long time. Get Saliba back from loan. I've always said I'd love to see Saliba and Gabriel together. That would be a partnership that we could have potentially for the next 5-10 years, right? Always said that. When you look at them now, oh my God, they're in tandem with each other, right? They've got a real relationship going. And there's not many players who are getting through that. However, if you do get through that, you've still got to worry about Ramsdale in goal. How the hell are you going to get past him? And this is what I'm saying. We've sorted ourselves out. The defense is looking strong, solid. Ben White, again, I'm not a lover of Ben White. I'm not. But my God, let's be real. He's been a revelation at right back. Of course he has. This January transfer window, one of the positions I always said, listen, we need to rectify it, and we need to rectify it very, very quickly in the January transfer window. No excuses. We need a top class right back. Yeah. Now look, do I still think we need to rectify that in this window? No. Ben White's cool, right? He's doing the business. In the summer, yeah, maybe. Now, no. There's more pressing matters, right? Zinchenko for me, and look, I'm seeing a lot of which has surprised me actually. I'm seeing a lot of comments on social media. There's a lot of Arsenal. It seems to me there's a lot of Arsenal fans who are they're either with him or against him. There's a lot of comparison between him and Tierney. Some Arsenal fans are saying, yeah, Zinchenko, he's not as good as what people are making out. Tierney's much better. There's also the other side of it where there's a lot of Arsenal fans saying, no, Zinchenko is much better than Tierney, etc., etc. He deserves his place in the team. I think where I sit with it is this. Both of those are quality players. If I had to pick one, I'm sorry, I've got to pick Zinchenko. Got to. And I love Tierney. You guys know this. I love Tierney. I wanted Tierney to be captain, right? But I do also think his form has dropped since, in the last year or so. I think his form has dropped. Still a quality player, injury prone. Those things go against him. But if I'm honest with you, I think the main thing for me, Zinchenko, for me, yes, people would say, he does get skinned quite a bit, blah, 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 etc., etc. Well, they all do, right? But what I love about Zinchenko is his intelligence. He's such an intelligent player, right? The positions he takes up, the way he comes into the midfield. He's a very intelligent player. When he gets the ball and he's got, 2-3 players, on rushing, trying to come into him, he's very calm and collected. Very calm with the ball. He doesn't panic. He's not rash. He's very, very intelligent. And you know what? I love players like that. One of the most intelligent players I think I've ever seen was probably, what's his name? Lahm. Right? Is it Philip Lahm? What an intelligent player. The intelligence. I just love players like that, right? And Zinchenko, for me, is one of our most intelligent players, if not the. I really do. Believe that. Not only that, he's a winner. I'm not saying Tierney's not, because Tierney's won loads in Scotland, but this guy, Zinchenko, at the highest level, he's a winner. He's a winner, and I can see it on his face. I can see it when he's on that, when he's in the dugout. He is a winner, right? It breathes through the team. It breathes through. It's no surprise when you think, how fast things change in football. When you think it was only in this fixture last season, Spurs abused us. And let's be real, they did. People can look at the penalty decision. For me, that had no bearing on the game, right? Spurs were all over us, and Spurs deserved that win last season. Fast forward this season, in a short space of time, and let's be honest, that wasn't that long ago. Look at the difference. Look at the difference, right? And people ask me all the time, Diesel, what do you think it is? Listen, it's a number of things, but I'll tell you one massive component of why we're doing so well this season, right? It's because we brought in 2 winners. Yeah, 2 winners who know what it takes, how it feels to be at that point, who knows what it takes to win, that gear, that extra gear you have to reach in order to get it over the line, get it done, win it, right? That breeds confidence. These 2 have probably come in, and guys, it's not just on the pitch. When you think in training, some of the things these guys do, some of the words of encouragement, the wisdom that these guys pass on to the rest of the team. At Man City, Pep does this. We always do this drill. We always learn that. The way we shoot on the free kick, we do this, or the way we line up, we do this, or the way Pep likes it like this, Pep does it like that, Pep does it like this. Yeah, these little things, right? It's all about the detail. It's all in the detail. Yeah, right. Point is, we've brought in 2 winners, and look now. Yeah, I'm not saying that's the only reason, of course not, but I do believe it is a factor. It is a factor. Yeah. Zinchenko, right? Whenever I see him and Jesus, to be fair, whenever I see these 2 players in the dugout, whether they haven't started the game or they were subbed, yeah, they're as trappy as what Arteta is. Yeah, you see him spurring him on. Arsenal score, and I see Zinchenko race out of his seat and run 30, 40 yards so he can celebrate with the players. I've not seen stuff like that in ages, in years. And as a fan, you see that and you think, do you know what? All we've ever asked for, yeah, myself and the rest of the guys, all we've ever asked for is for these players, turn up, earn your money, put a shift in, care. Even if you don't care, pretend to care, right? That's all we've ever asked. Yeah, put it in, leave it all out on the pitch, get your, earn your money. In any other walk of life, any job I've got, you guys have got in the chat, we have to earn our money. Otherwise, we're out on our ear, right? So for me, it's no different to football. It's no different to football players, right? That's all I ask. I'm not saying you have to go out there and you have to win every game and you have to beat everyone 5-0. No, I'm not saying that. I don't think we're asking for much. Yeah, fans do their bit, right? They put their hard-earned money into the club, and it's not cheap, right? Not cheap. But the fans do their bit. All we're asking is, well, we're doing our bit, you do yours. That's it. That's all it is, right? That's all it is. And this season, oh my God, are they doing their bit? Yeah, can't argue. And do you know what? It brings me back, and it's not a negative thing, but it does bring me back to this squad depth. Because I look at it and I think to myself, do you know what? Why settle just for this? Why not dominate? We get in, just say 3 more quality players. My God, can you imagine what we could do? And that's where I get angry, because it reminds me very much of the Wenger years. It reminds me very much of when we were on the cusp, yeah, of absolute domination. And within 18 months, he broke up that squad. And I look at it and I think, do you know what? He did something that I personally believe Sir Alex Ferguson would never have done. You're on the cusp. You're there. You're more or less there, right? Don't dismantle what you've got. If anything, add to it, yeah? And if you do that, my God, that team there could dominate. And I'm not just on about dominate the league. I'm on about dominate Europe, right? We were that good. Believe me, guys, we were that good. And, But he didn't. Dismantled it, broke it up within 18 months, and all of a sudden, you know, we fell away. And I'm looking at it now, and people talk about cycles in football. You know, people talk about how quick things change. Liverpool at the moment, my God, they don't even know if they're coming or going. Yeah, Chelsea, they're just throwing money at it and seeing what sticks. You know, Man United, yeah, picking up results. I'm still not sold fully on Man United just yet. We'll learn a lot about them next week when they play us. Man City, there's this argument now with Haaland, you know, because they're playing to that one man, whereas before it was more of a collective. Has that? It sounds weird to say because of all the goals Haaland has scored, but if you look at the way they play, the way they've changed their play, is that going against them? You know, I'm looking at all of these things and I'm thinking, blimey, these clubs won't be in a mess for long. They won't. You know, it's natural, isn't it? It's just it can't happen, right? And I just look at it and I think, do you know what, Arsenal, you know, with where we are at the moment, right, just get quality players in, just get another 2 or 3 in, you know, because we could dominate. And I genuinely mean that. We could dominate, right? I just don't want this club to once again miss a trick. And that is why I'm so on this squad depth thing. I'm so on it. Because I can see it. It's all there. It's there, you know. And but yeah, listen, back to the game. Odegaard, for me, as I said earlier on, he was my man of the match. I just thought he ran the game from start to finish. I thought he was brilliant. First half was probably among the best I've seen all season, if I'm honest with you. Spurs had no clue. It looked like there was like a rabbit in headlights. They did not know what hit them. And we got 2 goals going in at half time, 2-0 up. Yeah, now we all know Spurs sort of come alive in the second half, shall we say. They're not a 90-minute team. And you know what? To be honest, 2 years ago, that was us. We were like that, you know. However, that's them at the moment. Yeah, so I thought second half, it was natural. I think everyone sort of expected them to raise their game a little bit in the second half because it's what they've been doing all season, right? But even then, guys, even in the second half, to be fair to them, they were better, right? They had a few chances. But even then, I'm not going to lie, I was watching it. I wasn't ever worried. Even when they were better, they were showing signs of, you know, coming to life and they had a few chances. Even then, I wasn't worried. I wasn't. Games gone by, I would have been. You know, and I just wasn't. I just always had confidence that we would see this through. You know, and we're seeing such a steely resolve, I think that's the right term, about this club now. Yeah. You know, because I'll be honest with you, over the years, I've been embarrassed to be an Arsenal fan. And I genuinely mean that. And I'm on about embarrassment. Yeah, because the things that I label this club are exactly the things that I am not in life. Yeah, when I label this team cowards, weak, soft, melts, right? They're all the things that I'm not. And I support that, you know, and it's hard, right? This season, we can't be bullied. We can't be outplayed. We can't be outfought, right? And that is what we've seen so far this season, up until yesterday's game, right? It's very reminiscent of how it was when Wenger was here, and obviously the good Wenger years, where it was literally a case of Arsenal going to the opposition saying, look, how do you want to play this today? How do you want to play? If you want to play ball, cool, we'll play ball. You want to fight? Cool, we're up for that as well. You tell us how you want to play this game today. You want to fight? We'll fight. You want to play? We'll play. Simple. That was at the Arsenal of old, right? And I'm seeing this now, how we're playing, and it's very reminiscent of that, right? Martinelli yesterday, I thought he was poor. But you know what? To be honest, didn't really matter, if I'm honest. How many times have we said that? Arsenal have always been a team, especially over the last several years, where we can't afford to have one passenger in the team. We just can't, right? Can't. But we did yesterday. Yeah, Martinelli, don't get me wrong, you know, he works bloody hard. You know, he's always a nuisance and he's always going to be a worry. And, you know, fullbacks fear him. They do. His pace, his skill, his trickery, right? He didn't have a great game yesterday. Partey, I've got to be honest, talk about a turnaround. The first 10 minutes, I was thinking, oh, he's not on it today. Yeah, losing the ball, gifting the ball back to them, too many stray passes. And then all of a sudden, he turned it around. And I thought, wow. And let me tell you something now, right? And I've said this before. Yeah. For how good Arsenal are doing this season, Partey for me is what I call the glue. Yeah. We cannot allow that player to get injured. Yeah. It's such a fundamental part of how we play, right? I firmly believe any team who wins the league has to have that one boss in the midfield, right? Excuse me. Yeah, that one boss. And Partey's our boss. Yeah. Granit Xhaka, for me, my God, if I had my way, he wouldn't be here, right? But I've got to say, I'm falling in love with him. I never thought I'd say that. And I've always got to be honest with you guys, and I always will be. I always have been, right? For all I've said about this guy. And do you know what? I don't apologise for one thing I've said about Xhaka, because everything I've said about him has been bang on, right? Bang on, by the way. Yeah, so I don't apologise for nothing. But I've got to call it how I see it. I love players who have got grit. I love players who ain't pussies. I love players who can mix it. I do. I always have, right? I love those sort of players. Yeah. Love the Graham Souness type player, the Roy Keanes, the Vieiras. I love players like that, right? Players who can play football, yeah, but have also got that something about them, yeah? And Granit Xhaka's got that, right? I thought he played really well yesterday. In fact, my God, what a season he's having. And do you know what? He every time I watch him, he cares. Yeah, I've not always been able to say that. But this season, every time I watch him, he cares. Yeah. And I just love that. I love that. You know, he's playing with a freedom. He's playing with a license to get forward. You know, and you know what? As much as Odegaard's the captain, you know, you look at Xhaka and you think he does scream captain for me. He does. I can see it. I can see it in the performances. You know, I can see it the way he conducts himself on the pitch. I can see, you know, he's that battering ram, and I love that. So yeah, I can't even lie, guys. I am falling in love with Xhaka. I am, and you know what? To be fair, I'm not even ashamed to say it, because he's earned it. He has earned it. You know, prior to this season, he's been shocking, right? We all know that he's cost us in loads of games. And you know what? If we had our way, he wouldn't be here. But it's not. We're not the manager. All right, it's not up to us. We can only go on what we're seeing at the moment. We can only go on this season, you know, how he's performed this season. And let's be honest, start of the season, 5-6 good games. And we all said, yeah, well, it's only 6 games. You know, at some point he's going to cost us. At some point he's going to turn into the old Xhaka, you know, and it's going to be typical, right? Well, he hasn't, has he? You know, let's be real, he hasn't. And you know what? I think he's been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it just team performance. Saliba and Gabriel, I mean, them two together. I mean, Christ. I see something on Twitter earlier on, Saliba, you know, coming out and saying, look, you know, the contract talks, it's with my agent and the club. However, let me tell you this. I am very, very happy at this club, right? Very happy here. And you know what? It's so good to hear, because you can tell in the way a player plays. You can tell in the body language, the way they are on the pitch. There is a real togetherness with this squad, right? That's one thing I noticed all season, especially yesterday, right? There is a togetherness. Saliba, he's taken to the Premier League like a duck to water. He really has. Him and Gabriel, that partnership, my God. And do you know what? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a massive, massive fan of team cohesion. Earlier on, I said to you guys that obviously us buying Jesus and Zinchenko in the summer is one of a few factors as to why we're doing so well this season, right? Not the factor, but it's one of. Another factor for me is team cohesion, and I've always said that, right? Barring injury, let's be honest, guys, you guys in the chat, barring injury, all of us can name that first 11 playing next week, right? We can, right? And I love that. And that, for me, is another factor as to why we're doing so well this season, because it's a settled 11. It's not like over the years where you're chopping and changing every single week to week. He's playing, then he's out. He's playing, then he's out. Oh, they're playing, then they're out. No, none of that. It's been a settled 11. We've been very, very lucky with, barring Jesus. But let's be honest, we've been very lucky with injuries this season, right? And as a result of that, we are playing a settled 11 week in, week out. Now, when you do that, guys, when you're lucky enough to be able to do that, players instinctively know where the other one's going to be. Saliba and Gabriel playing together, game in, game out, week in, week out, month in, month out. They know each other so well, right? They know the movements. Gabriel knows where Saliba's going to be if he pings the ball in from that, from that corner, and vice versa. They know where each other are going to be, and that is a big, big factor, I believe, in why we're doing so well and why we're winning games. And let's be honest, we're winning games with ease at the moment. Same with Xhaka and Partey. What a partnership that's been, right? Working in tandem with each other. Now, look, I'm going to come to the comments in a minute, guys, I promise you. But look, very quickly, I just want to touch on what happened at the end of the game. And this is where I want to praise Arteta, right? Because, look, we all saw Ramsdale laughing at Richarlison pointing to the badge, yeah? Nothing wrong in that at all. I love it. In fact, I encourage that. Rattle them. Get inside their heads, yeah? All this thing about this talk about Martinez at the World Cup in the final, with those antics with regard, in the penalty shootout, yeah? I've got no issue with that at all. My whole thing has always been, I will do whatever it takes to win. Whatever it takes. I don't care what it is, right? If there's a chance I can do it and get inside their heads and potentially win the game, I'm doing it. I'm not even thinking twice, okay? All this rubbish that these pundits want to talk about, oh, it's important to win with class. It's important to... No, right? Record books show winners. Simple as that, right? That's what the record books show. They show winners. Not, oh, Arsenal won it in that season. However, they were classless. They had no class, but it doesn't say that in the record books. All the record books say is that year won by Arsenal. End of. World Cup 2022 won by Argentina. Doesn't say in brackets, but Martinez. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Right? It's all about winning at all costs. Yeah? Right? Now, we see Ramsdale obviously giving it all to, Richarlison. Richarlison obviously does him in the face like that. Then a Spurs fan kicks him in the back. That's blatant to see. And they will find that Pratt, whoever he is, and he will get I'd assume he's going to get a lifetime ban, surely. But you know what? I've got to say this, right? What I loved about Arsenal yesterday, because you see Xhaka walking off and then walking back, yeah. And do you know what? Before that, when that guy kicked Ramsdale, and do you know what? Another thing I love about Xhaka, right? Xhaka's whole thing is touch my teammate or whatever, I'm in, yeah. I've seen so many players over the years. When an Arsenal player gets into a scrap, I'm looking around at their teammates thinking, well, back your man, right? That's your teammate, that's your pal, that's your buddy, right? Yeah? Steam in, back him, have his back. And over the years, I've seen too many players just walking away like, oh, nothing to do with me. Like pussies, cowards. Xhaka just get stuck in. He doesn't even think twice. And do you know what? A lot of people will look at that and think the opposite. Oh, why is he always getting involved? Why is he? Oh, he's always trouble. No. No, I put myself in that position. If that was one of my teammates getting, I don't know, harassed or whatever the word is, or players surrounding him and trying to pick on him or whatever, yeah, I'm straight in there. I'm straight in there. And that's what Xhaka does. And you know what? I love that. I love that in a player. Yeah, love that in a player. He is that. That is, for me, that's captain material for me. For me, right? And anyway, he walks off. He comes back. You can see him walking back, Xhaka, right? Looking to get involved and say something. And then you see Odegaard running over. And don't forget, Odegaard's the captain. So I would assume he's running over to try and obviously get the players back, right? Don't get involved in all that crap. Then all of a sudden, you see Arteta galloping, right? Galloping. Grabs Xhaka. Blatantly tells Xhaka, listen, Granite, we've won. Yeah? Let them lose their heads, right? Let them lose their heads, right? We've done our bit. Get over there and celebrate with us players and the fans. And do you know what? Mikel Arteta, as much as I've given you stick over the years, let me praise you on that. Yeah? Let me praise you on that, because what used to annoy me about Arsene Wenger, win, lose or draw, and I sat on Claude and the Bouncers all the time, that really used to piss me off. The man would just go straight down the tunnel, would never ever come onto the pitch and thank the fans, would never acknowledge the fans, straight down the tunnel. Yeah? Mikel grabbed Granit Xhaka. He knew, because Mikel knew what could have happened. He sees Granit going over there. Yeah, there's a whole to do. There's a chance Granit might do something or say something that's going to hurt us or could regret, right? Mikel was like, no. Let them stew. Let them lose their heads. Let them shout or be annoyed or whatever, right? Come. Oh, come. Yeah? Took all the players to that corner where the Arsenal fans were and made them celebrate with us. And do you know what? Mikel, fair play to you for that, because I love seeing stuff like that. Look, what we're seeing yesterday, Guy, we are seeing a team, not only yesterday, but this season, there is a togetherness, right? There is a togetherness. Some people can say, they over-celebrated yesterday. No. On this occasion, my honest opinion, no. What they were doing, they were taking the piss out of Spurs. They were dancing on their ground, right? Spurs, our neighbours down the road, yeah? Not rivals, neighbours. That's what they were doing. I'll applaud that all day long. All day long, right? I thought that was absolutely brilliant. The togetherness, the team, and seeing stuff like that all season, which makes me think, do you know what? We could win this, you know. We could win this because there is a togetherness. Things don't look rosy at the moment at Man City. They don't, right? I don't know if there's something going on there. Pep's come out and spoken about body language. Gundogan come out the other week and spoke about, certain things going on. Then he gets dropped. He doesn't play in the game. Something tells me that something's not quite right there, which is brilliant for us, right? Brilliant for us. But you know what? There is a togetherness. There is a team spirit. All the wrong uns are at the club now. It looks like everyone gets on. Yeah. They're willing to fight for each other, play for each other, die for each other. They celebrate with each other whenever we score. Yeah. It is the team spirit is absolutely phenomenal. And it's what we've been asking for, begging for, crying for, demanding for, asking for the last several years. And it looks like we finally got it, guys. My only argument has always been, when it's this good, don't rest on your laurels. Yeah. So Alex Ferguson, the best manager in my time, what he would have done if he'd had a team like this, right? He would have gone to work and got in an additional 2 or 3 quality players to add to what we've already got. Yeah, people are looking at this. A lot of Arsenal fans are looking at this, thinking, "Oh, we're great. We've got enough. Look at us. We're coasting through games." My argument today is, hang on a minute. If we're at a certain level, why not getting the necessary quality in terms of 2 or 3 players? We go from that to that. Now, this is brilliant where we are now. Brilliant. But there's always another gear. Why don't we go to that next gear? Why don't we actually look to dominate? Why not? Who's to say we can't? We've got the youngest squad in the league, right? If they keep that squad together, my God, they're only going to get better. But if you add quality to that squad, my God, what you could achieve, what you could accomplish. And that has always been my argument. That has always been so close yet so far, that saying, right? We've got 2 weeks, just shy of 2 weeks to try and do something. And God forbid, I hope Arsenal do. I really hope they do. The Modric thing, listen, I think we dodged a bullet, if I'm honest with you. My argument, my moan has never been, oh, we didn't get him or whatever. It's because how can you invest all your time into this one player? How can you put all your eggs into one basket? I've never understood that, right? Yeah, always have a few options going. Now, what I hope they don't do is panic buy, because that never works out. Yeah? Let Mudryk go to Chelsea, right? And by the way, Mudryk's getting a lot of hate at the moment from Arsenal fans, and I don't quite know why, if I'm honest with you. He's openly said he wanted to come to. He's flirted with us for God knows how long. It's not him. Arsenal. It's Arsenal who didn't put the money up, rightly or wrongly. They didn't put the money up, so it's not him, right? All he's done is he's gone to a club that did put the money up. That's it. So I'm not too sure why he's getting the hate. I don't understand that, because we were his first choice. He wanted to come to us. It's Arsenal who didn't put the money up. So therefore, he's left with one option, and that's Chelsea, right? So he's gone there. So, listen, for me, it's not so much him. But like I say, I think we've dodged a bullet there. Obscene amount of money. The money that we bid for him, my argument has always been, with that amount of money that we were prepared to pay for him, why not invest that money instead into 2 or 3 quality players? For me, that makes more sense, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go to the chat room. Jimmy D, Tottenham for the past few weeks are so predictable. Arsenal were in control. I can see Conte walk. Something's going on in that dressing room. Do you know what, guys? I spoke to a mate of mine earlier on. He's a Spurs fan, and I was rubbing it in. And then I asked him. I said, "What's your take on Conte? What is your take on him?" And he went, "He you know what he actually said? He went, Diesel, I like him. He's a winner, but he has to be backed, right? He has to be backed, And he said, what was it? He said, for example, Conte really wants Bastoni, right? The centre half, Italian, right? So if that's the case, if that's who he wants, go out and get him. Whatever players Conte wants, go and get. And he's a proven winner. Yes, he has a certain style, but if he's got the players he wants and the players to play that style, you guys can actually win something. But if you're gonna see, this is my argument with a lot of Spurs fans. You knew what the man was when you got him. Why is it such a surprise now? I don't understand that. Right? There's not many managers out there who are better than this guy. He is a winner. It's like at Everton. If I don't know if Jimmy D, you've been an Everton fan, if you're still here, right? It's a similar thing there. It can't always be the manager. These two clubs, they've had good managers. It can't always be the manager. It's got to be something more, something deep rooted in that club. And you look at Spurs and you think, do you know what? And even he said something very similar to what I've said to you guys in various streams. The infrastructure, it's all there. Look at Tottenham, right? Tottenham I hate to say it, their stadium is gorgeous. I've got a lovely stadium there, right? Their training ground is state of the art, right? It's the infrastructure is there. It's all there. What are they? The 10th richest club in world football? Right? It's all there for Spurs. Yeah? But it's like they don't want it. The analogy I used, I think, on Northside's stream was similar to us. It's like, someone opens the door for you. All you got to do is walk through it. But you don't walk through it. It's the same thing, right? And with a manager like Conte, you either back him or he goes. And if he does go, who are you going to get in? Now people are crying out for Poch, right? Well, cool, but Poch, I mean, what did he win at Spurs, right? Fans nowadays are more, and I say this all the time, right? And it bugs me. And it's not just Spurs fans or Arsenal fans. I think fans in general, there's a large majority of fans, football fans, who are more interested in watching, beautiful football rather than winning. They're putting attractive football on top of or above winning trophies. And I've never understood that, right? They want Poch because he plays good football, but he didn't win anything. You line up Poch to Conte and compare CVs. Conte pisses all over Poch in terms of trophies won. Well, it ain't just a fluke. He's won everywhere he's been. So like for me, I'm a massive fan of CVs. I always have been. I'm a massive fan of what you call the body of work, right? A lot of fans nowadays, they don't really care about that. It's all about attractive football. They want to get their money's worth. Going to football now is the same as going to the theatre, right? They want to be entertained. Stephen, Spurs were awful and didn't really test us at all. Maybe a few Ramsdale saves, but it was so easy. I agree. Man United are more our rivals than what they are. Yeah, that's a fact, mate. That's what I'm saying. And Will's got a point. Oxford United away in the FA Cup was harder. And do you know what? He's right. That is true. Thanks, Warren. I know I got heated when Jez was getting bullied, but I completely appreciate your support. Yeah, well, what happened there? Okay. Ryan, I feel for Conte a bit because he is a top manager and he's being made to look like a poor manager because he is working with Joss. Do you know what it is, right? In my honest opinion, right? You don't become a bad manager overnight. And I've always rated Conte. In fact, let me, while you people are here, right? So I had a tweet from some guy earlier on, right, when I advertised the show. I've got to read it out. Some guy called Daniel, right? 36 followers. Anyway, he tweeted me and he's put this. I want you to say sorry to Arteta for not being familiar with his game. Imagine if you got your wish with getting Conte instead. That's what he's tweeted me. Now, look, God rest his soul. Rest in peace to Claude. Something like that would have tipped him over the edge, right, Claude? He would have. See me. There's no point in replying to these people or giving them air. I've looked. So what I do is anything I get like that, I look at their previous tweets and I go back a year just to see like what they've put or whatever. And all this guy does is he tweets nonsense. He tweets it out to certain super fans, hoping for a reply. He never gets one. And I suppose he thought he'd do it with me. I will never apologise. See, this is what really annoys me, right? Everything I've said about Arteta has been factual and it's been true. Yeah? Right? Yes, he's walking on water this season. Yes, we're top of the league. Yes, we're 8 points clear. Let me remind you guys, we haven't won anything yet. We haven't won the title yet. Right? Let's wait and see what happens. There's still a long way to go in the league. Right? I'm not being negative, I'm being cautious. Right? This narrative about we were wrong, Arteta has proved us wrong. No. He's proving us wrong. Yes. Proved us wrong. No. We haven't won the league yet. Right? Too many Arsenal fans are going on like, yeah, it's in the bag, it's done. Yeah, we've won it. Arteta's the greatest. Yeah, let's give him a statue, whatever. Right? No. Not yet. Wait. If Arsenal win the league, I'll happily come on here and say, do you know what? He shut me up. Yep, he's proved me wrong. Right? Let's be honest. But at this present moment in time, no. Right? So I don't understand where all this comes from. These are the same people, by the way, who were bashing Arteta as well as I was back in the day. Now they changed it. The only difference is I'm sitting on a channel and saying it. Right? These guys hide behind their Twitter. Don't even put their own pictures up. And do you know what I'm saying? It's keyboard warriors. It just winds me up. But to your point, Ryan, yeah, listen, Conte is a winner. I won't have anybody tell me different. The man is a top-class manager. He's top drawer, right? He's not getting a tune out of that Tottenham squad. Same as Poch didn't really in the end. Same as Mourinho didn't. You want to tell me Conte and Mourinho? My God, compare the CVs between those two. You don't get better. Right? They're quality managers. It's not the manager, it's that team. Right? It's something deep-rooted in that team. They are a loser club. Sorry to say it, Spurs are. They don't win trophies because you know what it is, guys? When it really comes to the crunch, when it comes to it, they don't have the bottle. They don't. Yes, they can play pretty football, right? And Spurs fans want to go on about, we want a manager who's going to come and play the Spurs way. The Spurs way. Well, the Spurs way doesn't win you trophies, my friend. What does it win you? What does it win you? What, plaudits for playing attractive football? Yeah, that's cool. I thought the aim of the game is trophies, though. Is that not what you want? Because your fans moan often enough about not winning anything. You've won an Audi Cup. Wow. In fact, from memory, wasn't the last manager to win you something was George Graham? I'm sure that's true. I might be wrong. Right? But look, it's if he's your man, Conte's got a proven track record of winning, right? But in order for him to win, you need to back him. If you don't back him, this guy's going to walk. And do you know what? Right? Let's be honest. If Conte walks, Conte will have a queue of clubs queuing up to get him, right? Let's not pretend like Conte ain't an idiot, like just come off the boat. This is a top draw manager. You're lucky to have him, in my opinion. So do you know what? Back him or sack him. Back him or sack him. In fact, you wouldn't even get to sack him, right? Because the geezer would walk. I knew Everton and Southampton could be in relegation zone, but not West Ham. How they stay up like West Ham Stadium. Yeah, see, look, West Ham. I feel for him. I'm surprised Moyes is still there. Odegaard this season is looking the part. He's got the ability. He's just getting the consistency out of him, and he's showing that this season. He is like Odegaard. In the past, is obviously he has one or two good games. He goes missing for 3 or 4. Then he turns up again for 1 or 2, goes missing for 3 or 4. This season, he is stepping up. He's stepping up into that captain. He's leading by example. And he's playing some great football, I've got to say. Mike England, big up yourself. Mike, hope you're well, mate. Shammy D as well, my guy. Total domination in the first half from the Arsenal. Yep. Odegaard has definitely proved me wrong. As I said, it was ridiculous what we spent on him, but now it's a bargain. And the same with Ramsdale. What about Ben White? He's been brilliant so far. Yeah, listen, Ben White's had a great season. Like, let's be honest. You've got to give credit where credit's due. Playing at right back when he's probably alien to him. He's always been a centre half, and to slot in and do as well as he's doing. I mean, you just can't knock that. You can't. When you look at these players, I mean, Ramsdale, I mean, Christ, what we could sell him for right now. Odegaard. Do you remember only a few seasons ago we were all moaning, saying that we've got no assets at the club. When you think about it, we've got no assets. We have now. Will M. Hooper, Everton, 9 league titles, Spurs, 2 league titles. Is Everton a bigger club? No, I think Spurs are bigger than Everton. If I had to say. Look, it's hard because I know obviously people will always ask the question, well, how do you judge? I mean, like what goes into it? I think for me, yes, trophies is, but it's not the be all and end all for me in terms of what you would call a big club. But yeah, Everton are a big club, by the way. I'm not saying they're not. Everton are a big club. I do think Spurs just pipped them though. So yeah, I'd say that. But yeah, Everton are a big club. If I tell you something, Jimmy D won't like me saying this, but if they don't sort themselves out, I can see them going down this year because Lampard, he just got him out of it last year. I don't know if he's going to be lucky second time round. I don't know what it is. I mean, listen, we saw the other day the board was sort of warned not to come to the game. I saw the clips going around on social media with Anthony Gordon, when he was in his car getting abused by the Everton fans, and they put blockades or whatever they're called in the road so the players couldn't drive off. It looks really, really nasty. And but you know what? I don't condone that, of course not, guys. I really don't. But you know what? There is a part of me that sort of looks at it and thinks, you know what? I don't condone violence or anything like that because I think, that's going too far, abusing the players when they're in the car, whatever. But fans, you can only abuse the fans so much. When you keep sort of like knocking down the fans, eventually the fans are going to knock back. That's how I look at it. It's like with Arsenal. Wenger should have gone 6-7 years before he eventually went, and it got to a point where the fans started really showing their like disdain, and eventually, I mean, they say he walked. I personally believe they sacked him, but fans can only take so much, guys. And let's be honest. This is what Everton need to realise. The club has been messed about. I like Lampard. I've always liked Lampard, but I don't think he's that good a manager, if I'm honest with you. I still think he's got enough quality there to be doing a hell of a lot better than what they're doing this season, right? But I just think things are getting on top now, like this cost of living crisis. And I think fans now are at the end of their tether, Everything you can imagine has gone up, food, drink. I mean, I go Tesco's or Sainsbury's and I'm still seeing empty aisles. I'm looking at the price of bread, eggs, potatoes, milk, this, that, the other, whatever it is. Everything's gone up. Everything. When you think your average basket of goods, what it was a year ago to what it is now, it's an absolute piss take, right? Everything's gone up. But yet, these fans still somehow manage to find the money, the dough, the dollar, the dunzai, to go to these games, right? So I think when they're doing that in a cost of living crisis that we find ourselves in at the moment, when fans are somehow still reaching deeper into their pockets and finding that money to still go and follow you, right? Follow the team and chant the players' names, and you don't turn up for them, there is a part of me thinking, do you know what? Sometimes I do feel these fans have got every right to do what they're doing. Like I say, the violence aside, yeah, you can't expect fans to just sit there and not do anything. Of course they're going to show action. It costs, going to football now is a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money. It's not cheap. And I think something's got to give, in my opinion. Stephen, even Pope is better than Pickford. It doesn't make sense to start him over Ramsdale or Pope. Yeah, but we all know Southgate's got his favourites and Pickford is one of them. Dave Riley, big up yourself, mate. Arsenal being given no respect still. Well, I'm respecting them, mate, so that can't be at me. What else we got here? I'm going to wrap up in a minute, guys. I'm not going to go as long. Do you know what? I'm coming down with a cold as well. I can feel it in my throat. Josh Grant, big up yourself, Josh. Hope you're well, mate. Ryan Stockley, good question. What is your opinion on Arteta nowadays? You know what? Someone asked me the other day, would you sack him now? I said no. I think I even said it on the stream. Why? Why would you sack him now? I wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. Because we're top of the league. I wouldn't want to. If it was up to me, just say I was the owner of the club, right? I wouldn't want to do anything right now, and I mean anything, to upset what's going on at this club, right? When you think we're top of the league, the players are playing for him. Let's be honest. I mean, I noticed this yesterday as well at the end of the game, and all season, they are playing for him, right? They're all together. And when I say there's a togetherness, I'm on about the manager as well, not just the players. They are all together. I love the way Arteta ran onto that pitch and grabbed Granit and ordered him to go over, and celebrate with the fans like all the other players were. I love that. There is a togetherness. And do you know what? Whether Arteta means it, I'm sure he does. He's all about, in the games I've seen anyway, he always orders those players to the fans. Show your appreciation to that lot who have made the trip up to come and watch us, I'm used to the Wenger years when he just, shoot down the tunnel. At least with this guy, he appreciates the fans. And I know he says it a lot, whenever he does his press conferences, the fans are the 12th man for us and, they mean a lot, blah, blah, blah. And listen, you can see it in his actions, So if I'm honest with you, Ryan, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Because just say you did. Just say, you did sack him. I mean, that would probably have a negative effect on the players. And as a result, they wouldn't be as on it in the games anymore. They're not robots. They're still human beings, aren't they? The main thing is they are playing for him, right? Whatever he's doing, they are tapping into it. So you wouldn't want to do anything to disrupt that. We are so close to this. I can smell it, right? We have a real good chance this season of winning the title. And if that's the case, why would you potentially want to mess that up or derail it? So no, I'll just leave everything as it is at the moment. So yeah, that's what I would do. Embrace what you have. Static, big up yourself, mate. Hope you're well. Goonalicious, too much money makes players lazy. In their minds, they think, well, if you fire me, I have all the money I need, plus other teams will buy me anyway. I'll share a bit there. Then I'll just relax again. Do you know what? It is, right? I took a picture of something because I see it and I thought he's so right. Probably the best midfielder I've seen in my lifetime. And barring Arsenal, he was my favourite player. Class. Xavi, right? Barcelona manager. Let me find it. He said something about the British media, and I think this is so true. Here we go. This is what Xavi said, right? He said, in England, if you do a couple of things right and play a few good games, people talk about you being a legend. The media overreacts a lot and overrates a lot of the players. And do you know what? I think that's so true. That's so true. People are talking about Eddie Nketiah now for England. Oh, he's going to get a call from Southgate very, very soon. And I look at it and I think, yes, granted, he's playing really well. But 2 goals in 2 games, all of a sudden, England. And I just think to myself, is that all it takes now? Is that all it takes? Even, to get his new contract, play decent, towards the end of the season. But that was enough to warrant him a brand new contract on a lot more money. I'm not bashing Eddie here. I'm using him as an example of that's all it takes now. Just play a few good games. And I think Xavi's spot on. Now, listen, a lot of English are going to read that and think he's chatting crap. Because he's a foreigner to us. He's Spanish, right? He's not English. What does he know? But I'll tell you something. I think he's bang on. I really do. I think he's bang on. The benchmark now to being approached by your nation, by England, is so minimal, right? It's literally a few good games, and a few meaning 3 or 4. That's all you got to do now to be in contention to maybe get a place in that squad. All you got to do is turn up, play well in 3 or 4 games, and that's your ticket. That's your I think it's, Sorry, I agree with that. Big up to Joe as well, by the way, Joe Gugg. Hope you're well, Joe. This Arsenal side could not dominate Europe. Arteta is miles off with his squad. Exactly, and that's why I say, look, again, we keep going back to it. It's squad depth. You look at the bench and it's so weak. And also, look, we have to think as well. We've got some big games coming up. Europa League will be coming back very, very soon as well. I mean, you only have to look at some of the players we started against Oxford in the FA Cup to know that, listen, this squad needs some serious beefing up. Jimmy D, anyway, I can't stay, Diesel. I've got an early starting work tomorrow. Take care, mate. See you all soon, guys. I'll be rooting for you guys to go for the title. See, Everton fan, and do you know what? He's got a soft spot for Arsenal. Jimmy D, big up yourself. Thank you very much, mate. Blimey, I'm way back on the comments, aren't I? Hang on. Let me just catch up. Niall Kane in the chat. We've got Niall Kane. Big up yourself, Niall. Hope you're well, mate. Been a good stream. Thank you, Steve. Hope you're well. Roman Choleric. Roman, hope you're well, mate. Arteta's been superb this season. What a first half, pure quality. He has. He's got those players buying into his methods. They're playing for him. They're running through brick walls for him. And we are playing some absolutely sexy football. I mean, the football is just gorgeous. Absolutely. It's just brilliant. Brilliant. We can't knock it. Mike England, the cretin who kicked Ramsdale would be caught, and I've no doubt he will be banned. Yeah. With all the cameras that they've got now, don't tell me you can't find him. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what? The thing is as well? What makes me laugh? Even if, just say Spurs can't identify him. Just say they can't, right? I guarantee the world that we're in now, and obviously me being from East London, I'm not into grassing. I can't stand that. But there will be someone who knows that guy. And they will ring up and grass him up. They will ring up and say, yeah, by the way, see that guy kicked Ramsdale? His name is blah, blah, blah. And he lives at blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I guarantee someone would have caught. And do you know what? Do you know what the funny thing is? It's normally someone who he gets on with. It could be a mate of his, right? Or it could be a bird who he's upset. It could be anyone. It could be a family member that he doesn't get on with anymore. Someone will grass him up. And I don't really agree with that. Zoe Thomas, they brought in Conte, who is one of the best managers in the game. Yet they won't let him bring who he wants in. Strange club. Like I say, they get rid of Conte. There's only one way they're going. It's down. I'm sorry. You'll struggle to find better than him. It's as simple as that. Tony Neri, if you give a chef shit, he may be able to flavour it up, but you'll still be eating shit. Have to give the chef the groceries he needs, then you will eat like a king. Exactly. Which is why I have steak every night, my friend. I wish Claude was here to say, oh, can you imagine him up there? Christ, he's probably still in shock. He probably still hates Arteta, though, knowing him. Exactly, Zoe. That's what I said. I apologise for what you lot have had a great season, but we haven't won anything yet. It's not an agenda; it's a fact. And Joe, there's a likelihood that this Daniel guy is watching me right now. And Daniel, right? Let me just say to you, bruv, you might be a lovely guy, right? But look, it's not done yet. Yeah, let's just calm down, because anyhow, listen, we're 8 points clear. As we sit right now, it's the 16th of January, right? We're 8 points clear. If for any reason we don't win this league, how stupid are we going to look? Now, no one's really thought about that, because the record books tell us that anyone who's ahead, who's top by this amount of points at this time of the season, they've gone on to win the league. There is no one who has been in a position we are and who hasn't gone on to win it. Right? If we don't go on to win this, My God, are we going to look like mugs? And people like you, Daniel, who talk big, yeah, talk big. It's people like you, yeah, who will look especially stupid, right? So hold your horses, wait, and let's see, yeah. And if for any reason you don't agree with whatever I've said tonight, by all means, show yourself in the chat room. I will happily, because you follow me on Twitter, I'll happily send you a link. Right? Come on and debate me. Yeah? Yeah? So I'm not a lover of these, especially men who are like melt and snowflakes. Yeah? Be a proper man, grab your nuts, right? And debate me on my channel. It'll be great airtime for you as well, bruv. So yeah, the invitation's there. Daniel. Yeah, let me know when, why. Love it. Right, we've got Liam R97 in the chat. Big up yourself, Liam, my guy. I reckon Lampard wrote last. Dyche will take over. And do you know what? That's another thing I want to say, yeah? I rate Sean Dyche. I actually think he's a really good manager. And again, the disrespect a lot of people are giving this man. He plays boring. He was at Burnley. What did he do? May I remind you, you people, this man had no money. No money. How he kept that club in the Premier League for all that time, that is an achievement, in my opinion. The man had no money to spend. He is a good, honest manager, old school manager. And do you know what? If I were Everton, if I was the owner of Everton, I'd out Lampard. I'd get this guy in. I would get Sean Dyche in. Players will play for this man. He is a very good manager. I'm surprised and a little bit disgusted, if I'm honest, that he's been out of work for so long. Yeah. And no club in that league has taken a punt on him. I'm absolutely surprised. Yeah. West Ham is another one. And again, soft spot for West Ham. Some of my family are West Ham. A lot of my friends are West Ham. But all this rubbish about the West Ham way, we don't want Moyes here. We want someone who's going to come in and, give us the West Ham way, play the West Ham way. But again, my argument to you guys is, but what did the West Ham way give you? What did it bring you? Did you win trophies? No. Right? Moyes, I think Moyes has had his time there. I think he needs to go. Like, I totally agree with him. Yeah? But you could do a lot worse than going for a guy like Dyche. Right? Give the guy a chance. He's a good manager. Right? I'd love to see how he gets on with a budget because he's never had one. Give the man money. And I'm telling you now, he's a good man. He's a good, honest, hard-working manager. I rate him. I do rate Sean Dyche. I'm not going to lie. I do. No respect, Dave. We are getting plenty of respect from our own fans. The deluded side of our fan base gives enough over-the-top respect as it is. Yep, that's true. Knowing Southgate, he will call him up over Tony again. Do you know what? If I was Ivan Toney, right, I would. If it were me, I would not play for England again while Southgate's there. I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because he took the piss out of Ivan Toney, in my opinion. Absolutely mugged him off. And for me, I don't think Southgate wanted to take Maddison to the World Cup. He only did it because everyone was on his back. That shows me this man is a soft man. He's soft. He's soft. He's not a proper manager, Southgate. I don't care what people tell me about, but he got England to this semi-final and he got England to that quarter and he got to the final. I don't care. He's not a good, for me, he's not a good manager. I'm sorry, he's not. He's going to stay and he's going to have another tournament. He'll have another crack at it. But for me, he listens too much to, he gives in, to the press. He gives in to the Maddison thing. That's a prime example, right? We all know Southgate don't like Maddison. There's something between them two. I don't know what it is. I don't, whether it's he just doesn't like him as a player. I don't know. He took Maddison. He had no intention to ever play him. He took Maddison because of peer pressure, right? From the media, from the pundits, from fans, right? Maddison was the most informed player in this country at that time. I know he's injured now, but he was doing the business in a struggling, poor Leicester team like that. Yeah, carrying the team on his back. Southgate had to take him because he knew if he didn't, my God, that's the last thing he wanted going into a World Cup. So that's why he did it. If it was a proper manager, stand by your own convictions, right? If the world's telling you you got to take him, if you feel you know, if you don't want to, for whatever reason, rightly or wrongly, if you don't want to take him, don't take him. Don't listen or cave in or give in to pressure, right? I don't respect managers like that. I'm sorry, I don't. Rashford is better than Eddie. Yeah, I'm not a lover of Rashford. I know he's playing well at the moment, I'm not a lover of him. I just think he's a racer. That's all. But yeah, he's better than Eddie. Ryan, what a great statement from Xavi. So true, our fan base especially. I think he's right, you know, I really do. And he weren't being horrible because Xavi ain't like that. But he was stating a fact, and I think he's right. Giving Delicious, the media in this country blows our players up way too much. Name a top English player in any club in the Premier League. How many are there really? I'll ask you a question then, right? This England squad, like everyone's going on about, oh my God, it's amazing, it's quality, it's brilliant. Right, name me one world-class player in that England team. Can you name me one? One. Harry Kane for me is not. And I established that last week on the channel, on the stream, right? And I gave you the reasons why he's not. Yeah, but Harry Kane is probably the closest to, probably the closest to it. But even closest to it, but still a long way off. None of them are world-class, right? Some of them have got the potential to be, yeah. But as of right now, this moment right now, can you name me just one out of 11, one world-class player in that team? I don't think there is. You know, and it's like, even, listen, I say all the time about the quality of the Premier League has gone down. I genuinely believe it has. Over the years, I don't think this Premier League is anywhere near the quality it had years ago. I think it's gone down. I look at this Arsenal side, and as much as we're balling at the moment, of course we are. Again, I don't think we've got one world-class player in that team. Not one. Yeah? Do I think we've got players in that team who could potentially one day soon be up there and be on that pedestal of world-class? Yeah. Yeah, we've got a few. But right now, very good players, quality players we've got, but world-class. I know people throw that term around easy now. For me, it still means something, right? But no, but yeah, we're top of the league, right? So I think that just goes to show that the quality in the Premier League has gone down. No, Kane, we love you, Diesel. We do. Come on, I love you more, mate. You know that. Joe, have you watched any films? Yes, I watched Megan. When did I watch that? Last night, wasn't it? Yeah, last night, Megan. The Doll. It's like a Chucky Child's Play type thing. It was a good film, actually. Yeah, it was a good film. So yeah, I'd recommend that. Watch that. In terms of series, I've watched two. The Rig. I completed that. That's brilliant. That's really good. I enjoyed that. And the series that I wanted to tell you guys there last week, but I forgot the name of it. It's called The Light in the Hall. My God, that was good. So I'd recommend you watch that. It's a lot of twists and turns in that. But yeah, watch it. I think you can get it on either BBC iPlayer or ITV Player, I think. So yeah, give that a go. Ryan, the fan was an ugly bastard with long, blonde hair and glasses. Well, that's typical Spurs fan, isn't it? Days, unfortunately, you have to go, bro. Look after yourself, man. Good show. Thank you, Static. Pick up yourself, mate. 24 likes as well. Guys, with all due respect, that's poor. I need more than that. Yeah, please, please, please. Come on, just smash it for me. For me. Do it for me. Come on. Do it for good old D. Big D. Come on. We love you, Diesel. We do. Tony, Ibra, my guy. Love you, mate. You know I love you. Shammy D. Dyche got Burnley into Europe as well. Let's not forget. I'm telling you, he's a good manager. Do you know what? People laugh at me, right, when I say that. Yeah, but I stand by it. I honestly think he's a good manager. I love the way he comes across. You know, those Burnley players, they ran through brick walls for him. to do what he did season in, season out, like people don't understand just how important like money is when you're a manager, like a budget. Yeah, this is a guy who had nothing. No, I mean, Christ, I mean, seriously, like the annoyance. It really, and season in, season out, he gets told, well, you've only got a little, 20 million or whatever. Right, whatever he had, it wasn't a lot, and he had to make that stretch, right? And by Lord, did he? I'm saying he did. He done the business. Like, he's a good manager, Dyche. I genuinely believe he's a good manager. I really do. I'm surprised that no one has gone in for him. And we talk about squad depth again. Another player I've mentioned. I say this all the time to you guys, right? There are gems. There are players in this league who I think we should be looking at. Keep going abroad all the time. And again, James Ward-Prowse. I've mentioned him so many times on this channel. Right? Every time I watch him, I think he's such a good little player. It surprises me that no one, not just us, but no one has gone in for him. Like, no big club has looked at him and thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll take a punt. Honestly, it surprises me. It really surprises me. I just don't get it. Ryan, that's the thing. These fans who call you and us real undecided fans out won't show their face. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they hide. They're keyboard warriors, mate. They hide. And do you know what? Because of that, listen, guys like that. I mean, I get a few of them. Do you know what makes me laugh? It's like they honestly think, right? They upset me or they've hurt me, and I'm like, mate, you really don't know me, bruv. Honestly, like, please don't think I'm like these. Don't think I'm one of these people who suffer with. No, I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these. I'm a proper bloke. I'm a man. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, I'm a very intelligent guy. Like, I ain't no dickhead. I ain't just come off the boat. Yeah, a comment like that, you are not upsetting me, brother. I don't even know you. Right? Yeah, you don't pay my way in life. You don't pay my bills. Until you do, I'll care about what you say. Until then, yeah, go step off. Do you know what I'm saying? Honestly, it doesn't upset me one little bit. I laugh at it. Yeah, you have to find the time to write to me. Like, who are you, bro? I don't even know you. Yeah, you're saying all that, but you're following me. I don't follow you, but you're following me. This guy follows me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm chatting crap, why are you following me for? Just mute me, block me, do what you got to do. All right? Maybe he fancies me. I don't know. All right? Maybe he's Betty. Maybe he fancies me. I don't know. That might be it. Can you blame him? I can't. Ryan, he always picks Pickford, Maguire, Henderson, etc. because they are safe picks and are his favourites, like Arteta as his favourites. Let me ask you something, right? How is it? This is how bad it is, right? How is it, Maguire? Let's take him for example. How is it, right? You're not a first choice for your club, a left back, and let's be honest, Luke Shaw ain't all that, right? Even Luke Shaw can get ahead of you at centre-half in the team, and he's not even a centre-half, he's a left-back. Yet, you are a regular fixture for your country. How is it you are an automatic first choice for your country, but you can't get anywhere near the starting 11 for your club? That, for me, is so backwards. It's backwards. It is absolutely backwards, right? Maguire, for me, this is why I don't rate the guy, because if that were me, just say, like, I'm Maguire, right? I'm sitting here and I'm seeing the manager, Ten Hag. I'm seeing him put a left back at centre half. And I'm sitting here thinking, hang on a minute. Hello, Eric, I'm here. You're putting him in front of me. He's a left back. And you're still at the club. No, Harry, you should have barged into his office and said, Eric, you know what? You clearly don't rate me. You're putting a left back right in front of me in the side. Do you know what? That's told me all I need to know. I need to get out of this club. Please, for the love of God, sell me. Sell me. I want to go. Here's my transfer request. I want to go. Yeah? Because that is an absolute insult. For a manager to put in a left back ahead of you, a centre half by trade, and he puts a left back in front of you. Yeah, Luke Shaw. Are you sure? Luke Shaw? Nah, that's an insult. That is the manager basically, in not so many words, saying, do you know what, you're crap. I don't rate you one little bit. What are you still doing here? Harry, you know what? If you ever see this, bro, boy, anyone who knows you sees this. Seriously, Harry, get some bloody common sense, man. Get a brain up there and go. Yeah, that's the club's way of telling you they don't rate you. They don't want you. Yeah, go. But you won't, will you? You know why? Because your England place isn't at jeopardy, is it? It's guaranteed. So this guy could just sit there, picking up his money week in, week out, happy to sit on the bench. But he knows whenever there's an international, he's going to play. Yeah, it's players like that that sicken me. You know that? Sicken me, right? That is what's so wrong with the game today. That is so, do you know what I'm saying? A centre-half who ain't even, I mean, he's not all that at all. Yeah, not all that at all. The guy's a multi-millionaire and he's an average player at best. Average. Yeah, sickens me. When you think of some of the centre-halves we've seen over the years who don't have anywhere near the money this guy's got, but then Harry couldn't lace their boots. That is what I find wrong with football now. That is what I find wrong. See, Bellingham is world class, but he's not in the Premier League. Bellingham isn't world class, mate. He's not. What's he done? Seriously, he's a very good player, right? Could he get there? Yeah, of course. But right now, you're telling me he's world class? See, again, people just throwing this term out. Why? What? Because he's played well in several games. That's not enough to be world class. It's not. Messi, world class. Ronaldo, world class. Lewandowski, world class. Yes. These are players who have shown consistency over a number of years at being the top of their game, right? Season in, season out. They've won trophies. You know, they're in the record books. I mean, that's world class. What's this guy done? He's a boy. What's he done? No, I'm sorry, bro. You're wrong. Kyle Walker, no. Good player. I like Kyle Walker. Yeah, he's got pace. That's it. He's not world class. Yeah, Walker's one of the best right backs in the world, him and Reece James. Reece James, I really like. I like Reece James. I'm a big fan of Reece James. Again, not world class. Not world class. Goonalicious, Diesel, there are none. As I said, English players get way too blown up by the media. Not even Saka is world class yet. England are full of no world class players. And do you know what, right? I'm going to say something quite controversial now. And as much as I really like Saka, yeah. Randy Viper says this all the time. He always finds he's the only one I know who has always consistently said this. He thinks Saka is a bit overrated. Yeah. And sometimes when I look at it, I think actually, you know, he's a winger, he's inverted, that always comes in. He's the only thing with Saka, I'd say, and I like Saka, and he's getting better and better. But he can't beat a man. You know, and every time I watch Arsenal, I always watch Saka and I think, why can't you beat a man? I find it a little bit surprising. And again, I think this is why I'll probably come back to the fact when I say about the quality of this Premier League is so poor, because I can tell you what Saka's going to do. How these fullbacks don't see it. They don't see. They know. Gets the ball, you know, drives it forward for a bit, but he always steps in, he comes in. He never goes to the byline. He doesn't, he can't beat a man. He just can't. I haven't seen him beat a man yet. Always cuts in, and it's quite predictable, but I would have thought fullbacks would have seen that, but they don't. So yeah. So, but no, he's not world class. No. Quality went down in other leagues, but Serie A been good with Napoli, and La Liga went down. Real Madrid, only La Liga team in the last 16. Yep. I fancy a drink with you at the Cougar Bar, mate. Whenever you're ready, you know I'm ready. Pavlo, why Maguire would leave? He's getting big money. No one would pay him that money in any other club. Plus, he's still getting to national team despite that. But that's my point, though, Pavlo. Like, look, judging, I'm assuming you're not my age, right? But look, And that's not an insult at all. I'm just saying, yeah, you're right in what you're saying there. That is a true comment, and that is the point I'm making. Why would he leave? Pride. Yeah, something that these old players back in the day used to have. Players nowadays don't have it. As you just said there, right? Why would he leave? He's picking up his money. So it's all about money, right? Yeah. James Milner, right? Let me tell you something about Milner. When Milner was at Man City, right, he ran down the last year of his contract. Man City offered him a brand new contract because they wanted him to stay, right? But Milner wants to play. Now, Milner could have stayed at Man City knowing they're going to win titles, they're going to win trophies, right? But no, he wanted to move, right? And I think he moved to Liverpool on less money, right? Now, number one, Milner's a millionaire anyway. He's a millionaire. He's already a millionaire, right? He's got money, right? He was prepared to take less money, but play more. So he goes to Liverpool because it's all about playing. He wants to play, right? When there's a player like that, you have to respect that, right? Because it's not all about money. He wants to play football. Doesn't want to warm the bench. He wants to be out on that pitch helping out his teammates. You know, you got to respect that. What you just said there about Maguire, why would he leave? He's picking up all this money. He's just sitting there, keeping the bench warm. Yeah, that's what he's doing. But for me, can you respect that? I can't. So like when people tell me, oh, like, do you rate him, Diesel? Like, do you think he's world class? Do you this, that, the other? No. Harry Kane's another example. No, I like Harry Kane. Quality player. But the mindset's in the trash for me, right? Because, you know, what a waste of talent. He hasn't won anything. You know, I look at that and I think, for me, that you have to include that. When we talk about world class, you have to include stuff like that as well. It's not just what you do with a football. It's this up there. Like, are these players obsessed with being the best? Are they obsessed with trophies? Are they obsessed with winning league titles season in, season out? No, they're not. How is this man still at Spurs? He's what, 29 now? Right? I genuinely believe if he really wanted to go Man City, he would have pushed Spurs. He could have had that chat with Daniel Levy or what's his name, Joe Lewis, because it's Harry Kane's the poster boy. Anything Harry Kane touches turns to gold, right? He's Spurs' top boy. He's the poster boy for England. Yeah, if he'd really pushed that, he could have got that move. Could have. I genuinely believe that. He could have got that move, but no. And he's there now. And look, what's he won? Nothing. Has he left it too late now? Yeah, probably. You know, I just look at that and I just think, do you know what? People want to call you world class. You're not bothered about trophies. Like, you know. For me, it just feels like he wants to break this the Jimmy Greaves record, and that's it. Well, that's cool. That's fine. That's an individual honour. Yeah, but for me, that's not enough. It's not enough. You should be wanting to win trophies. You should want to be at a top elite club and challenging every year. That's what top players want, right? That's what they dream of when they're kids, right? Why does it change? Oh, money. Right, got you. DD, big up yourself, mate. Big up Diesel. We need to strengthen when in this position is spot on. Arteta was doing well, but again, proof is in the pudding at the end of the season. Keep up the good work, mate. Great comment, DD. Thank you very much. And exactly what I've been saying. Yeah, why rest on our laurels? Why stay like this and allow other teams to try and catch up with us? Why not go even more? That's always been my point, right? Why not get even higher? Why not climb? You know, that even just get. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, this is a true comment. Goonalicious seems like only a few of us and you, Diesel, have seen many world-class players to truly know what it takes to be called a world-class player. And that's the thing. That's the true sound, because I think with a lot of the younger fans, shall we say, I think do you know what? I think we live in a world now where there's a lot more sheep, right? There's a lot of not just kids or youngsters. I mean, people my age as well. You know, they just follow whatever the media say. They listen to and believe whatever their favourite YouTubers say, or some of the big YouTube channels. You know, they take in every word and they believe it. They read the newspaper and believe everything they read. You know, and this is what I'm saying. You know, it's very easy now to throw that term world class. Very easy, you know, and a lot of people do it. Yeah. When you look at the players we've seen grace our club, you know, the Bergkamps, the Thierry Henrys, the Patrick Vieiras, you know, Tony Adams, Sol Campbell. I mean, we're talking, you know, class players. Alexis Sanchez, another one. You know, class players, world-class players, players who carried this club on their back. You know, Steven Gerrard. I've always said Steven Gerrard will always get into my all-time 11. Always. Because I've seen that player carry Liverpool on their back. He used to carry them on his back, season in, season out. It's very rare I've seen a player do that. Yeah, one man carried a whole team on his back, and he did it enough times. Yeah, that's why I've always, anyone who watches me, I will always respect Steven Gerrard as a player, because for me, he was absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. He didn't always play in a great team. And I've seen him, so many games I've seen him grab the game and win it on his own. Win it on his own. Very rare I've seen players do that. And you've got to be at some level to do that, right? Now that is world class. That is world class. People trying to tell me about Kyle Walker's world class. Seriously, guys, educate yourselves, man. Mosley, big up yourself. Evening, he bottled his move. Yeah, he did. He bottled it. When it comes to the crunch, Harry Kane, he ain't got the minerals, man. I'm sorry. I do agree with that. Anurin Jones, big up yourself, Anurin. And not only that, we need a top-class striker, and Nketiah's crap. Any top-class striker would have put some of those chances away yesterday. And do you know what? I done that stream with Prince Fuad. Who else was on it? Prince Fuad, Jez on Northside, right? Last week on this channel. And Fuad was telling me, oh, trust me, Diesel, Eddie's going to score 2 in that game. I was like, he won't. He had chances, couldn't put them away. And do you know what? I actually thought Eddie played well yesterday. He played well, but for me, he's just not that. He's not that guy. He's not. I'm sorry, he's not. But listen, again, people have gone from they've done a complete 360. You know, everyone has gone from Eddie's not enough. You know, he's not all that. We need better. He scores 2 goals in 2 games, and all of a sudden, everyone then comes to this side of the room. Oh, actually, no, he's good. Yeah. No, he's fine. We don't need another striker now. We've got Eddie. Because he scored 2 goals in 2 games. That is all it takes now, guys. That is all it takes for a player to change fans' opinion. Just turn up in 2 or 3 games. That's all you got to do. You know, if you're a player at a club and the vast majority of the fan base can't stand you, they hate you, they don't rate you, my advice to that player is, all you've got to do, turn up in 2 or 3 games, score a couple of goals. Trust me, bruv. Trust me. That vast majority of fans will switch from hate to love in a heartbeat. They will now love you. They will chant your name. They will love you. Yeah? Just turn up in 2 or 3 games. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. Yeah? That's it. Easy. Simple. Done. Shame. NS Sports TV, big up yourself, mate. Hope you're well. United fan, big up yourself, mate. Hope you're good. Here's a comment. I'll leave this to the intelligent guys in the chat. So Mbappe and Neymar said that Kyle Walker is the strongest right back they ever faced. But this guy says he's not world class. Now, I'm assuming when he says this guy, he's on about me. All right? I'm intelligent like that. So, okay, Pavlo. Pavlo. I noticed you don't have your picture there, but that's cool. Another keyboard warrior. That's fine. Right, look, Pavlo. So what you're saying, here's your point now. What your point is to me is this. So Mbappe and Neymar both come out, and I'll take your word for it. I've not seen them say this, but I'll take your word for it, right? Mbappe and Neymar both come out and said, oh, Kyle Walker is the strongest right back we've ever faced. Cool. Is that the same then as saying he's world class? Just because they said he's the strongest right back, is that what it means then? World class? Let me know. Going delicious. Eddie is not a killer. Haaland is a killer. End of. Yeah, facts. Facts. How do you see the game going against Man United? Listen, Steve. I don't mean to sort of backtrack, sit on the fence. I am going to do a stream on the prediction on that. I'm going to try and get some people on. So I don't want to reveal my hand too soon, yeah? But I will be doing a stream very shortly with a view to that game coming up. That's going to be a very good game, actually. I really do. Be very interesting. Very interesting. Do you know what? I think that will tell us a lot about both sides. And Newing Jones, what worries me is that this board have got no ambition, and they probably know that this fan base will fall into the trap of we're top, we don't need signings, and are taking advantage of that. And do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal don't buy anyone in this window. And if they don't, for me, I mean, that's a massive, massive risk. And anyhow, that don't pay off, I'll tell you something, there'll be a revolt. But I just, I don't know. I just don't know, guys. I really don't. I don't even think it's Arteta. I think Arteta wants the players. He needs the players. I don't know, because he keeps coming out and saying it in the press conference, But I just can't see how they can't see it. It shocks me, if I'm honest. Shocks me, What worries me as well is, with the Europa League now coming back, it's even more games, right? It's even more games for us, FA Cup as well. And it's, I just look at this thing. It's even more games. It's even more games for the players. We can't really rest anyone, if we're being honest. We don't have the squad. Eventually, these players, I mean, listen, a lot of these players, let's not forget, a lot of these players are coming off the back of a World Cup as well. At some point, we do need to give these players a rest. At some point, we do. I think that's where, you look at Man City and you think, you look at them with envy, because really they can afford to put out two sides. We can't do that. So listen, it's going to be telling. It's going to be telling, man. Mosley, there is a chain of command and takes way too long for transfers to be signed off. Yeah, that's a fact. Doing delicious. Big up, Diesel. Great show again, bro. Love for love, my G. Stay blessed. See you again soon, brother. Bless. Come on, big up yourself. And guys, a bit of good news for anyone who doesn't know. Love Island is starting again. I think it's tonight. But obviously I'm here doing the stream, so obviously I might have to catch up on it tomorrow. But yeah, Love Island is back. All right. So I may do a couple of streams on it. I don't know yet. I don't know if the audience is there for it. Because whenever I tell you guys I watch it, you'll laugh at me, right? So I don't know. But that's back anyway. So we've got a bit of totty to stare at on the TV for a while, haven't we? So but other than that, guys, listen, I'm going to go. I said I was going to do a short one. It's been at 1 hour and 53 minutes. Thank you for staying with me, guys. Thank you for watching. Please, as I said it earlier, and I'll say it again, I'll make no apology for this. Just please smash the likes. Just do that one thing for me. I don't ask for a lot. I really don't. I big you guys up all the time. Just do this one thing for me. Just smash the likes. I really appreciate that. Other than that, enjoy your night. I shall be back soon. Pepsi Pack said it started at 9. Bollocks, I've missed it. Oh, well, tomorrow night it is double bubble then, isn't it? But love you guys. Wish you well. Bless. Come on. Later. Bye. Well. Guess who it is? Diesel's back. join me, subscribe to get the word out. Diesel's back and he ain't going nowhere.